Have you ever noticed how the quiet guy in the room somehow draws more attention than the one who talks nonstop? There's a magnetic power in silence that words just can't match. It's a mystery, but once you understand why silence makes you more attractive, you'll unlock a whole new level of confidence and control in your interactions. Today, we're diving deep into this silent power and revealing how you can wield it to become irresistibly attractive. The first thing you need to understand is that silence creates curiosity. When you don't fill every second with words, you leave space for the other person's mind to work. They start wondering what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and why you're holding back. This little gap you create makes them lean in, wanting to discover more. It's like a puzzle that they're desperate to solve, and you hold all the pieces. People are naturally drawn to mystery, and silence feeds that perfectly. But curiosity alone isn't the whole secret. Silence also shows confidence. Think about it. When someone talks too much, it often signals nervousness or insecurity. Filling silence with meaningless chatter is a way to cover up what you really feel or don't know. The man who stays quiet isn't desperate for approval. He's comfortable with himself and trusts that his presence is enough. That quiet confidence is incredibly attractive because it speaks louder than any boast or smooth talk ever could. Finally, silence lets you control the energy in the room. When you're not rushing to respond or explain yourself, you're the one setting the pace. You create tension, and tension is a powerful tool in attraction. It forces the other person to step up, to engage more deeply, or even to chase your attention. In that moment, you're not just a participant in the conversation. You're leading it without saying a word. These three signals, curiosity, confidence, and control, form the foundation of why silence makes you more attractive than any words. But this isn't about just being quiet or awkward. It's about mastering the art of strategic silence, using it like a weapon to draw people in, to hold their attention, and to make them want more. Now, imagine yourself walking into a room, scanning the crowd with calm assurance. You don't feel the need to impress anyone by talking too much. Instead, you speak only when it matters, letting your silence do the heavy lifting. You watch as heads turn, eyes lock onto you, and people start wondering what makes you different. That's the power of silence. Subtle, irresistible, and completely under your control. There's another reason silence holds this irresistible power. It forces emotional investment. When you don't spill your thoughts immediately, the other person has to step inside your world on their own terms. They start projecting their own feelings, ideas, and fantasies onto your silence. This personal investment is what creates real attraction, not the words you say, but the emotions you provoke by simply being quiet. The more they imagine, the more attached they become, because what they create in their mind feels authentic, even if it's not something you said. Silence also gives you an edge in reading people. When you're not busy talking, your senses sharpen. You pick up on tiny details, a flicker in their eyes, a subtle change in posture, the way their voice softens, that most people miss when they're rushing to fill the air with words. This awareness allows you to respond with precision, making your interactions feel tailored and powerful. People don't just feel heard, they feel understood on a level words rarely achieve. That understanding builds an unspoken connection, a bond deeper than conversation alone. And beyond all this, silence creates anticipation. Think about every time you've been captivated by someone. It's often because they made you wait. The pause before a smile, the slow reveal of a story, the unspoken glance. Silence builds suspense and expectation. It's like a slow-burning fire that draws people closer instead of pushing them away with noise. This anticipation heightens every moment you do choose to speak, making your words feel like rare gems, valuable and worth paying attention to. These elements, emotional investment, heightened perception, and anticipation, layer on top of curiosity, confidence, and control. They build an invisible web that pulls others toward you effortlessly. It's not about manipulation. It's about mastering a natural rhythm that respects both your space and theirs, creating a magnetic dance of presence and absence. What most people don't realize is that in a world obsessed with constant noise, silence stands out like a beacon. It says you have something important, something real to offer. It tells people you're not just another voice trying to be heard. You're someone who chooses carefully when to speak, and that choice alone commands respect. When you embrace silence, you also create space for authenticity to shine. Most people talk to impress, to fill the awkward void, or to mask their insecurities. But silence strips all that away. It exposes your true self without the noise, and that raw honesty is magnetic. People can sense when someone is genuine, and a quiet presence that doesn't need to prove anything speaks volumes about who you really are. This authenticity builds trust faster than any clever line or rehearsed story ever could. Another subtle but powerful effect of silence is that it forces others to reveal themselves first. When you're calm and composed, holding back your words, the pressure shifts onto the other person to fill the gap. This often causes them to open up more, show vulnerability, or reveal their true intentions. It's like holding the cards in a game of poker. By saying less, you force others to play their hand early, giving you an advantage. This dynamic makes you the silent leader in any social setting, someone who controls the flow without raising their voice. Silence also sharpens your presence in a way words can't. When you speak less, your every movement, glance, or expression gains weight. People pay closer attention to what you do, how you carry yourself, even how you breathe. This heightened awareness makes your presence almost hypnotic. You don't have to say much because your energy fills the room, quietly commanding attention. It's like being the eye of a storm, calm, centered, and unshakable while everything around you buzzes with noise. This level of presence also invites respect. Talking too much can sometimes feel like trying too hard, but silence is a form of self-respect that others instinctively recognize. It shows you value your time, your thoughts, and your energy. People are drawn to that kind of self-control because it signals emotional strength and maturity. And those qualities are incredibly attractive on a primal level, beyond just surface charm. One of the most underestimated aspects of silence is how it sharpens your internal control. When you resist the urge to fill every moment with words, you prove to yourself that you're not a slave to external validation. This self-mastery is a kind of power that radiates without needing to be announced. People pick up on that energy subconsciously. They feel that you're someone who doesn't react impulsively, someone who holds his emotions in check and chooses his moments deliberately. That kind of emotional intelligence is magnetic because it promises stability and security, qualities everyone craves deep down. Silence also invites others to project their desires onto you. When you don't explain yourself or reveal all your thoughts, you become a blank canvas for imagination. The other person fills in the blanks with their own hopes, fantasies, and interpretations. This projection creates a unique and personal attraction that words often spoil by defining and limiting perception. You become a mystery tailored to their desires, an enigma they want to unravel but never fully can. And that keeps them coming back, hooked on the puzzle. Beyond all this, silence is the ultimate display of patience in a world obsessed with instant gratification. In conversations, relationships, and social dynamics, rushing to speak or respond often undermines your value. But when you use silence strategically, you signal that you're in no hurry, that you're comfortable waiting, watching, and choosing with precision. This patience not only sets you apart, but elevates your status in the eyes of others. It suggests that you operate on a higher level, where control and timing matter more than empty noise. This combination of self-control, projection, and patience forms a powerful silent language that transcends words. It communicates confidence, mystery, and emotional depth all at once. The more you embrace silence, the more you embody these traits effortlessly, and the more attractive you become. Not because you say the right things, but because you understand when to say nothing at all. Silence is also a powerful tool for establishing boundaries without confrontation. When you don't rush to respond or explain yourself, you're quietly signaling that your time and energy are valuable. People instinctively respect those who protect their space, and silence becomes the armor that shields you from unnecessary drama or emotional chaos. Instead of arguing or justifying, your quiet presence makes others reconsider their approach, often leading them to treat you with greater respect and consideration. This unspoken boundary creates a magnetic pull because it sets you apart from the crowd of those who constantly seek approval through words. People are drawn to someone who doesn't bend to the noise around them, who stays grounded and unshaken by social pressures. It's a subtle form of leadership, leading not with volume, but with calm and unwavering strength. Another dimension of silence is its ability to deepen the tension in any interaction. Tension is often misunderstood as discomfort, but in the realm of attraction, it's a vital ingredient. When you hold your silence, you create a charged space filled with anticipation and emotion. This tension keeps interactions alive, compelling the other person to engage more fully, to lean in, to close the distance. It's the invisible spark that ignites desire and connection without a single word spoken. Moreover, silence allows you to process and respond with intention. Instead of reacting impulsively or saying the first thing that comes to mind, silence gives you the power to observe, analyze, and craft your response. This thoughtful approach makes your words carry more weight because they're chosen, not random. People notice the difference. They feel the impact of a well-timed word that breaks the silence, making every statement you make more memorable and persuasive. The way silence enhances your presence is often underestimated because society rewards constant communication. Yet, those who master silence rise above the noise, creating a unique space where they are both mysterious and commanding. They become the ones others want to understand, the ones who don't need to prove anything but naturally draw people in simply by being. There's an undeniable elegance in silence that transcends spoken language. When you hold back your words, you're inviting others to fill the space with their own emotions and thoughts, creating a shared experience that feels more intimate than any conversation. This subtle dance of presence and absence weaves a connection that goes beyond surface-level chatter. It's as if your silence speaks directly to the unspoken parts of the soul, creating a resonance that words can rarely match. Silence also teaches patience in relationships and social dynamics. By not rushing to respond, you allow situations to unfold naturally, avoiding unnecessary tension or conflict. This calm patience suggests a man who is secure in himself, who doesn't need immediate validation or control. That kind of steadiness is magnetic because it reassures others that you're someone dependable, someone who won't be swayed by every passing emotion or drama. It's the quiet strength that makes people want to stay close and trust you. Another subtle advantage of silence is that it enhances your listening skills. When you're not preoccupied with what you're going to say next, you're fully present and attentive. This genuine attentiveness is rare and deeply appreciated because it shows that you value the other person's perspective. Being truly heard creates a powerful emotional bond, making you more attractive without saying a single word. It's a form of respect that can't be faked, and silence is its foundation. In addition, silence provides space for self-reflection, which in turn sharpens your emotional intelligence. The quieter you are, the more you can tune into your own feelings and thoughts, gaining clarity about what you want and how to communicate it effectively. This self-awareness naturally improves your interactions because you respond from a place of authenticity and understanding, not reaction or insecurity. That inner calm shines through and draws people toward you. Lastly, silence can amplify your humor and charm. When you speak less, your words become more deliberate and impactful. A well-timed joke or witty comment breaks the quiet and creates a burst of connection that feels fresh and genuine. The contrast between silence and speech makes your moments of expression stand out, making you memorable and engaging without overwhelming others with constant talking. Silence is a form of respect toward yourself and others. When you don't feel compelled to fill every moment with words, you honor the space and the experience you're sharing. This respect creates a calm atmosphere where genuine connection can flourish. People instinctively sense when someone values presence over noise, and that silent respect builds deeper trust than any well-crafted sentence could. Beyond respect, silence creates a powerful aura of control in social dynamics. When you choose when to speak and when to listen, you become the gatekeeper of the interaction's rhythm. This control shifts the balance of power subtly but unmistakably. Others feel drawn to you because you're not chasing approval or validation. You're confidently navigating the flow of conversation on your own terms. That silent command captivates and influences without aggression or force. Silence also works as a mirror, reflecting back the energy and emotions of those around you. When you're quiet, people unconsciously project their own feelings onto you, revealing more than they might otherwise. This reflection makes interactions feel more intimate and revealing, as if you're attuned to unspoken truths. It creates a space where vulnerability can emerge naturally, and that vulnerability fosters a magnetic closeness. Moreover, silence lets you break free from the trap of over-explaining. Often, people talk to justify their actions or opinions, which can come across as insecure or defensive. By embracing silence, you communicate confidence in your choices without the need for constant validation. This self-assuredness invites respect and intrigue, making you appear emotionally strong and grounded. Finally, silence enhances anticipation in a way that words rarely can. When you hold back, waiting for the right moment to speak or act, you build suspense and interest. That tension keeps people engaged and eager to hear what you have to say next. It's the silent buildup before a powerful moment that makes your presence unforgettable, proving that sometimes less truly is more. Silence can be your strongest form of resistance in a world overloaded with noise. When everyone is rushing to voice their opinions and react impulsively, holding your silence becomes an act of strength and clarity. It shows you're not easily swayed or distracted by external chaos. This ability to remain calm and composed draws others toward you because it suggests you operate from a place of deep inner peace and unwavering focus. People crave that stability, especially in moments of uncertainty. It's in this calm silence that your true intentions become clearer without needing to be spelled out. When you don't rush to explain or justify yourself, your actions and presence speak louder than words ever could. Others begin to trust the consistency of your silence because it implies authenticity and self-awareness. It's a quiet signal that you're not hiding behind rhetoric, but living your truth, which creates a profound sense of respect and attraction. Another powerful effect of silence is how it amplifies your nonverbal communication. Without words, every glance, smile, or subtle gesture becomes more meaningful. These nonverbal cues carry emotional weight that can bypass intellectual defenses and reach someone on a deeper, almost instinctual level. By mastering silence, you naturally heighten these expressions, making your presence feel more genuine and magnetic. Silence also teaches you patience with timing. Knowing when to speak and when to hold back sharpens your sense of timing, which is critical in building attraction. A well-timed word or look can change the entire dynamic of an interaction. This patience shows that you're in control not only of what you say, but when you say it. And that level of control commands attention and admiration. Lastly, silence invites introspection, not just from you, but from those around you. When you don't fill every moment with talk, it encourages others to pause and reflect, deepening the connection beyond superficial chatter. This shared silence can feel almost sacred, a moment where true understanding and empathy begin to take root. It's in these quiet spaces that the strongest bonds are formed, proving that silence isn't empty, it's full of potential. Silence also reveals a deeper layer of self-awareness. When you learn to sit with your thoughts without rushing to share them, you cultivate a mindset that's grounded and reflective. This inner calm doesn't just make you more attractive, it transforms how you experience the world and how others experience you. People feel this authenticity instinctively, and it creates a magnetic pull that no amount of words can replicate. At the same time, silence gives you the space to grow emotionally and mentally. It allows you to process experiences, understand your own emotions, and respond with intention rather than reaction. This emotional maturity shines through your presence and makes your connections more meaningful and lasting. In a world obsessed with instant reactions, mastering silence sets you apart as someone rare, someone who commands respect through presence, not volume. Now, imagine harnessing this silent power every day, in your conversations, in your relationships, in every social moment. Imagine how different your presence would feel if you trusted silence as your greatest ally, letting it build curiosity, confidence, and connection without uttering a single unnecessary word. This is the kind of magnetic energy that transforms not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. If you're ready to step into that power, to let silence work for you instead of against you, start by practicing it in your daily life. Notice how people respond when you say less and listen more. Pay attention to the new dynamics that emerge when you hold space for yourself and others without filling every silence. I want to hear from you. Have you experienced the power of silence in your own life? Drop a comment below sharing your story or how you plan to use silence to boost your confidence and attraction. If you found this video valuable, make sure to like and share it with someone who needs to hear this truth. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights that will help you unlock your full potential. Remember, sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Use your silence wisely. It might just be the key to becoming the most attractive version of yourself.